Good afternoon, everyone. We are live today at Sakra World Hospital, Bangalore. On the occasion of World TB Day, we have with us Dr. Sachin Kumar, who's a senior consultant, pulmonology and critical care medicine at the Department of Respiratory Medicine at Sakra World Hospital. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Will you give us a brief about the prominence of talking about this subject today, sir?
Yeah, so on the occasion of World TB Day, so I would like to highlight that why we are doing this today. The primary motto is to raise the awareness. So this year the theme is the clock is. So why the clock is ticking? Because we have promised ourselves that in subsequent years, 2022 and maybe 2025, will eliminate the global burden of tuberculosis. And really the time has come and we have not done our homework. So we'll be discussing that. So this World TB Day gives an opportunity to raise the awareness of how we have been neglecting the tuberculosis as a disease and as a social issue right now. And it deserves the attention. Otherwise, we are heading for another catastrophe.
Okay. So what are the prominent symptoms of TB?
So put simply, anyone who has unexplained fever, cough or weight loss, which is lasting for 2 weeks or more, then he should definitely think about tuberculosis in Indian context.
Okay.
So this is the most common presentation, that you will have be coughing, fever that would be lasting despite antibiotics course for more than 2 weeks. But sometimes they can have some other symptoms like some lumps in the neck area, underarm, armpits, or vague abdominal pain, diarrhea alternating with constipation. These are very common presentation, and it depends, but most of the time the most common presentation is unexplained weight loss going on for some time. Yeah.
Does a person infected with TB always experience symptoms?
So no, as I was telling earlier also, most of the cases, yes, they will have some sort of symptom, but not always. Many times, like especially if you have lymph node type of tuberculosis, where we have like a lump in your neck, armpits and all those things, they can go undetected without any overt symptoms.
Okay.
So the silently it can spread in your body and you might not be aware also.
Oh.
Yeah. So sometimes it is asymptomatic, and more so like lymph node tuberculosis or pleural effusion, water in the chest, sometimes might go undetected. And in females, like infertility, primary infertility, these things also might be related to tuberculosis eventually. So sometimes you might not have any symptoms.
Like all these diseases like diabetes, heart, we have certain investigations to rule out. Do we have anything for TB, sir?
Yeah. So unfortunately for tuberculosis, once you have symptoms, definitely we have tests, but the most common is sputum testing,
Okay.
which is universally accepted, but not all will produce sputum. So that is why we are in a catch-22 position, that not all cases will go and have some classical presentation also. It's a great mimicker. So TB, if you see, it has so many faces that even a seasoned clinician gets sometimes confused that he's dealing with tuberculosis. So it's a very complex disease, and although it is very common, but still it is not getting recognized, and that is why we are here maybe.
Okay. Does the TB vaccine completely eliminate the chances of having TB?
Yeah, so for you, for all people around, so the TB vaccine, what we are talking about is BCG vaccine, which as a government of India, every child who is born is given BCG vaccination.
Yes.
And this is going on for quite few years, and it is very good strategy to prevent. But you see, the vaccine comes with a rider. Not all vaccines are 100% effective.
Absolutely.
So the BCG vaccine the efficacy is 0 to 80%, but it is sure that it prevents you from severe infection. So the protection is there. So up to the tune of 80%, you have protection.
Can TB be cured if one has not taken the vaccine?
Yes, because I will tell you, vaccines are there to protect you. But in case you have, even after the vaccine or without the vaccine, doesn't matter, the TB is something which is a curable disease always, except for few types of tuberculosis, like something like a multi-drug resistant or XDR, for which there is specialized treatment available, which are difficult to treat, but at the same time still treatable. So it is a fully treatable disease.
How much time does it take to cure TB completely?
Yeah. So if you are dealing with a garden variety of tuberculosis, the normal type, then it is generally typically the treatment lasts for 6 months.
Okay.
But as different scenarios, like if you have bone TB, tuberculosis, all those things, then the treatment might extend beyond 1 year also, sometimes to 1.5 years. And sometimes like a gastrointestinal tract tuberculosis or abdominal TB, then maybe 9 months to 1 year also we give sometimes. So, but roughly if you have pulmonary type normal tuberculosis, then 6 month treatment is the thing which is most commonly used.
Okay. With the current scenario of COVID-19,
Yeah.
TB has taken a back seat. So if neglected, is TB as dangerous as COVID-19?
So I will share some data regarding these things, because rightly pointed out, Dipti, everybody now is only concerned with COVID-19.
Yes.
So if you see today, as I'm talking to you, and this is before COVID started, daily in India, 1200 persons are getting killed by TB alone. It's in
Okay.
India daily. And see, right now I just googled, we had 250 or 270 deaths with COVID right now. So if you see, if you ask me really, then TB is a greater problem and it's more dangerous because it has been going on for so long. And then I will give you one more data. 24th March last year, we went into lockdown. And what has emerged that the TB reporting from government sector, private sector has fell drastically. Some places it is 50% reduction, some places it's 25% reduction. Some places the babies who were born were not given BCG.
Oh,
So this is, and these results we'll have to see subsequently.
it's going to head to something else.
Yes, so if you see next 1 year, maybe we are heading towards another. So what we say is syndemic. It is a new term I'm telling you. COVID plus TB together, epidemic, syndemic.
Oh, okay.
So it's something which I would like to stress further.
Sir, are people with TB likely to be at increased risk of COVID-19 infection, illness and death?
Yes. So there is emerging data, yes, because in part because the common factors like overcrowding, socioeconomic status, and immunity in general are common. They are less in your patient with tuberculosis. So the recent data said even if I am not looking for tuberculosis, 4% of my COVID cases randomly will test positive for tuberculosis.
Okay.
And second thing is that this is a data to show that if you have COVID and you have tuberculosis, it is going to become more severe outcome, and the fatality is more because the immune system is already comorbid.
This is also a very strong
Yes.
comorbidity. Okay. And is it contagious, sir? I mean, I've heard people say that, some kinds of TB is contagious, some are not, some is deep within your body.
Yeah.
How does it work? I mean,
Yeah, so there is a truth behind this. So it is a contagious disease, how it spreads, but not all TB are contagious. It's only sputum positive, means somebody is coughing and I test and the cough is positive for tuberculosis, then only he can spread to others. And that too, if I start him on treatment, after 2 weeks of my tablets, he is no longer going to spread to others.
okay.
So in that scenario, it is contagious. But as I told you, more commonly we see like sputum negative tuberculosis, what we say, like lymph node TB, pleural water in the chest, or other type of tuberculosis. These are all non-infectious. It cannot spread, non-transmissible.
Okay.
Means it cannot spread from one person to another. So that is why not all are contagious.
Should all people being evaluated for TB also be tested for COVID-19 and vice versa?
So the logic is very good actually. If you see in our country like ours, where the healthcare burden is so much, we cannot have different tasks with different healthcare for one disease and the other disease. In fact, the government of India has given this suggestion and put a draft out that if we are testing for COVID, then we should screen for tuberculosis, and if you are screening for tuberculosis, then you see for COVID-19 also.
Okay.
Because this makes the task simple. Plus, we are not missing, as I told you, because of all COVID thing coming, the TB care has taken a back seat at all places. And right now the results are coming. If you see last 4 months, what we have neglected, we are going to pay price by having expected mortality of 80,000 more patients this year alone of tuberculosis dying because we have not been able to trace them and treat them effectively. So this is the data which has come from a research that this year alone, 2020-21, this year, 80,000 more people will die of tuberculosis because we have not done the justice to the disease in 4 months of lockdown.
What are the similarities between the spread of COVID-19 and TB?
So on a cursory look, if you see, then both are highly infectious disease and both are respiratory disease, means it spreads by droplets, cough and cold, and 6 feet distance is what it will spread. But typically person to person spread is higher in COVID vis-a-vis tuberculosis. That is one thing. Second thing is that tuberculosis is something which is long term. So it takes long term for this thing to show its effect also.
Okay.
So, but the exposure is already done. So by the time you know that you have already been exposed and have been exposed for quite a period of time, and with the awareness of COVID, we know that the exposure is short term, and the disease progression is very fast in COVID. So
Correct.
because in 1 week and 2 weeks time it will go to become severe in case it is going to become. But tuberculosis is a typical slow growing process. Up to weeks it can travel, and then some symptoms will come. So If you dig deeper, then there are differences, but on superficially it spreads in a common way. Overcrowding and lack of personal hygiene, like spitting in the outside, coughing without covering the mouth, these all are known to spread, both of them.
Okay. Can we have TB and still show no symptoms, just like COVID-19?
Yes, it is possible, because I told you there are two ways to see. One is that pre-symptomatic phase, means I have TB but the symptoms have not come. That particular time frame I don't have any symptom. That is one part of the disease. Second is if I have some type of tuberculosis like a lymph node tuberculosis, which might not show any visible symptoms right now. If I see or some doctor examines me, then I feel that there is a lump here.
Correct.
Then I do some test, then I see that, oh, this is tuberculosis. So that is why some sort of tuberculosis might go undetected. And here is the challenge why. That is why so many cases go undetected and spreads from person to person, and also that it's taking so much toll in our society.
Are they equally dangerous?
So this question is very, I think you have to see both the perspective. So I agree, COVID-19 is a great scenario. It has changed life like anything. But if you ask me frankly, then tuberculosis I will rate more dangerous.
More dangerous.
Rather than COVID-19, because COVID-19 is a viral disease, and we know not this year, next year, maybe somewhere it is going to get better.
This is a silent killer.
Silent killer. But tuberculosis, it's going on like a chain reaction. So, and we have not been able to control it. And you see, for the last 1 year, if you see, the COVID-19 has brought so many changes, and tuberculosis we are facing for 50 years because it's a poor country disease. So the advances which we have expected in tuberculosis has not happened. It has not been given importance equally by the developed country as they have given importance to COVID-19.
Correct.
So in 4 months time you have vaccine, in so much time you have 4 types of testing, in 30 minutes you get the result. Why not for tuberculosis?
Correct. Absolutely. Which specialist should people consult with TB for treatment?
So as far as TB care is concerned, then as a holistic approach, they should see a doctor rather than a specialist, because tuberculosis is something which every doctor should treat. Then only the whole aim of detection and cure would be there. So as a primary physician, primary health center, to a normal type of general practitioner, these are the catchment person. But in case they require help, then pulmonologist like me and some other specialties like gastrointestinal, if they have some abdominal type of tuberculosis, then they can go to the specialist. But yes, primarily if you ask me, then tuberculosis rests with a common doctor. Common doctor means doctor available near your home in primary health center.
Anybody who can start the treatment.
Start the treatment. That is more important.
Okay, it was a very informative session. With this, we come to the end of today's session. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. Our experts will revert to you. Thank you.